Being safe on the trail is one of the most important things you can consider when you're heading out there. So I'm going to show you today what I put in my vehicle go bag and what I put in my personal survival kit that I carry in my work bag. So what is a go bag? There are times, hopefully none that most of us will ever experience, where you may need to get away from your vehicle quickly. It's in the water, it's on fire, or some other condition like that where you and the people you're with need to get quickly away from the vehicle, but your ability to get back to any kind of services or society is unknown. It's good to be prepared. So here's what I have in my kit. We have a first aid kit. Obviously, your physical safety and caring for any first aid needs is really high on your priority list. So every go bag needs to have some kind of first aid kit. I like the products from Rhino Rescue. They tend to have a lot of things in here that would appear are going to be outdoor type injuries or motor vehicle accident type injuries. So it's a good first aid kit, but again, pick your preference here. I also have Blister Medic for your feet. If you end up having to hike or walk, which of course you want to stay with the vehicle as long as you can, because the people who end up being casualties are the ones that wander away. But if you do, caring for your feet is of utmost importance. I do have a single MRE here. Again, this kit is kind of just intended to get you by for a little while, a very short period of time. MREs have, upwards north of 2,500 calories in each, so it's a good thing to be able to carry. It lasts a long time. Of course, it tastes terrible, but you can split it up amongst your friends or your family so that you all get a little something. Pocket knife, of course, and a ferro rod for fire starting. Something that I would highly recommend that you do if you are not well versed in using these. Practice at home, because learning how to start a fire with a ferro rod is best done at home before you get out on the trail. A couple of different headlamp sources. Headlamps make things easier when you're in the woods, either when you're trying to move around or working on things, putting up a tent, whatever. An extra bandage that I tend to carry in my pocket if I need it. If I have to grab the go bag, I'll stick this in my pocket after I have it, so that if there's a quick injury I need to take care of, either mine or somebody else's, I have this available quickly. Try to bring as much as you can, multiple sources of everything. So here we have another flashlight. For water, I have some treated water in this bottle that I change out about every 6 months or so. It's treated with chlorine tablets, and then I also have water purification tablets here to be able to refill it. Over here, I have a small pot/cup that I can use for boiling water if I need to sanitize water that way, and a small collapsible wood stove that fits into the front pocket on my go bag. Moving over a little further, I have my Moranave bush knife. This is a very, very, very good product that I would highly recommend. They're cheap. It's a full tang steel knife. They'll last forever if you take care of them. They're very sharp. They're easy to sharp. And then they're just a good tool to carry in your emergency kit. I also have a NOAA weather alert radio that has a hand crank feature, as well as the ability to charge your phone if you need it. So that's kind of a good tool to have. A small tool kit if I need to repair any of my gear, any of the rivets or anything, or if maybe if I find a resource that I need a little universal key to get into, this might be helpful for that. I also have my pocket GPS in case we are able to navigate and we can get out. We can use that to find our way. A small knife. This is a British Army knife. It has a marlin spike on the end you can use to work apart knots. And then of course it has a knife and a can opener in it. It's just a very good utility knife. I have a pocket bellows for getting a fire started on a cool, wet, or windy day. You can get your breath right down into the fire and be able to start it pretty quickly. That is very useful if you're starting a fire with no matches. A smaller light source for a pocket, knife sharpener, and the ubiquitous and universal Bic lighter. Also some Benadryl itch relief if it is that time of year for bugs, and a pencil that I can write things down on. This is just a simple matchbook, a container that I've had for forever. It's always been kind of hard to open, but I got this when I was a Boy Scout, and you can keep your matches waterproof and dry in it with a little striker pad in there. Here I have the Leatherman Signal. This is a great multi-tool specifically for outdoor bushcraft type use, because it has its own ferro rod and striker that come off, so you can use it to start a fire along with a can opener, and then some of the other multi-type tools like a screwdriver, knife, obviously, saw, things like that. Duct tape, the universal fix-it. Whether it's people or things, duct tape is your answer to be able to fix anything. So bring a little bit of this along with you. And then lastly, I just have some kind of odds and ends in here. Some Kleenex. This is monofilament suture material in the off chance that you have to do a little suturing in the field. I have done it in the past. I'm not good at it. I was barely qualified when I was able to do it, but it's here in case we need it. Coffee filter, you can build a sand water filter with this. That's pretty easy. There's, a lot of uses for the coffee filter. And then I have this little piece of foil. This can be used to signal potentially if it's a really sunny day. I can use it for a windbreak around my stove. A lot of different uses. And combined, this weighs a couple of ounces maybe. So just some sort of utility materials. And this actually had something in it. Oh yeah, this is a magnifying glass. So if it's a really good sunny day, you can start a fire with this too. So again, if we're thinking safety when we're out on the trail, then it's good to have all your bases covered. The ability to keep yourself at 98.6 degrees for at least 3 days, being able to provide yourself with water, calorie, first aid care, navigation, some tools for basic camp tasks while you're out, and some light sources to be able to see at night. If you have those things and you use your smarts, you'll be able to get out of almost any situation. Remember, gear is only an accent to the knowledge that we have in our heads. So practice, learn, get good material and good gear, but don't rely on good gear. Make sure your knowledge is your first line of defense. Thank you, and we'll see you on the trail.